This sound was designed by us to help uncover the truth. Behind this sound lies a piece of code with the power of stabilizing an unsteady frequency. We believe it will be useful to find important information about the conspiracy. You know how to distribute information. You can distribute this sound in the same way. You can also cancel the stabilization of a frequency by sending this sound one more time. The frequency will go back to its initial state, so you will leave no trace. If you hear this, it means that you have found us. Now, it's time to find others. Scour the airwaves and use the stabilizer to level out any frequency that could contain information to break the government down. If you find something you think is important, you should decide which radio station you trust most and leak the info to them. Don't send it to us. It'll reach us eventually. We want to know, but we want others to act. There's no doubt to have regarding the legality of our actions. We are whistleblowers. And above all, we are on the right side of history. This is about all of us, all of you. We all need to head this revolution. If you inform people, things will change. Remember, if you find something relevant, decide which radio station you trust most and send it to them. Convince them. Make them listen. If everybody does it, they will listen. They have to. This program is our last chance to leak sensitive information from the government. It is now yours. If you've used the stabilizer at the wrong moment, you can always use it again to reset what you've done. We'll keep on fighting. We have so much planned. Do not underestimate us. This sound was designed to uncover the truth. If you hear this, now it's scout. Don't send. There's no and above this week. If remember.
Hold on. Nobody on the force does, Martin. But we need to be smart about it. There are multiple locations on that list. They are all marked as possible hideouts.
So we'll need to pay a visit to all of them.
Recon and stakeouts for now. Don't want to alarm them. If they find out we are on their tails, they will run.
But they won't outrun us.
Oh, stop sounding like a criminal, Martin.
Why? What did I do?
Watched too many cop shows. You have.
I just don't like those disruptive types.
Nobody on the force does, Martin. But we need to be smart about it. Don't let your emotions get in the way.
Sure.
Check dossier number 5. That's a profile on Winston or whatever his name is.
Winston's not his real name?
Unlikely. Real identity is still unclear though. They suspect he's local, has a family, most likely recently lost his job. That would explain why he's now acting the way he is, holding the government responsible for the fact that he can't hold a job.
They're all like that.
Oh, don't generalize, Martin. You're a police officer. This Winston is our main target. We need to get him into custody as soon as possible. We have reason to believe he is our RMB-1.
RMB-1? What's that?
Classified info. But you need to know in order to do your duty, so I will tell you. When the time loop resets, citizens will not notice their memory resets, but some citizens are immune to this.
Right. I don't get it.
While everyone gets reset by the time loop, these citizens don't. They remember everything, which is a problem when they oppose the government.
Right.
The presence of citizens unaffected by the time loop could endanger our government's plans regarding it.
If the time loop gets voted in, you mean?
Sorry? Yes, of course.
Foreign Minister. Thank you for being here, Mrs. Macmillan.
Thank you for inviting me.
You've had quite a busy week so far.
Indeed, and I understand the reservations of our foreign colleagues. We're trying to do something nobody has done, and nobody will do at this point.
Implementing a time loop to improve economic stability and retain sovereignty.
We are on our way to convince our foreign colleagues that this time loop is essential to push our nation forward, and that they will benefit from this as well.
But while you're talking to foreign heads of state, people here are getting increasingly concerned about the time loop. They feel that information is being withheld from them.
I can assure you that there is no need to suspect the government of any wrongdoings. As you know, I am wholeheartedly pro-time loop, and I sincerely hope that people will ignore the conspiracy theories and vote yes at the end of the week. We need this loop to reclaim our country, our economy, our nature. That's the thing I personally feel most strongly about. Not just economy, but ecology. The loop will reset people and their actions while nature continues growing. Trees and plants are not affected by the loop, allowing them to restore themselves and grow. We have been searching for ways to save our declining ecology for so long. Now that we've found it, we owe it to ourselves and our planet to say yes to this solution.
Getting back for a bit to concerned citizens and the way the government informs us, what a lot of people would like to know is if the time loop is already implemented.
I'm sorry?
There are strong rumors that you are involved in an early implementation of the time loop.
I'm sorry, I thought this was a professional station. Rumors?
Strong rumors deserve to be investigated. Journalism without investigation is just repeating facts.
Well, fact is that I am not involved in any illegal activity. Also, what use would an early time loop implementation have?
I was hoping you would have thoughts on that.
I don't like the direction this interview is going in. I feel highly disrespected.
Well, perhaps the government is disrespecting the people by withholding information.
Mr. Peterson, these last couple of months have been incredibly tough. I've traveled the world to defend our plan for the time loop. I've had to repeat the same things over and over again. I've been getting abuse, scorn, hate. I've hardly spent any time at home. I don't get enough sleep. My head aches constantly and my feet hurt, but I keep going. My colleagues keep going, dedicating our lives to serving the nation. and now I get attacked with unfounded accusations of lying? It's genuinely unheard of. So if you don't mind, I've had enough. I didn't come here to get abuse on a news station that is supposed to be fair and balanced. Goodbye.
Well, we're being joined by...
Golden Oldie Retro Records. It's Fresh FM.
And that was a golden oldie by none other than NSB.
Sure brought back some high school memories. I love that song.
It's a shame NSB never managed to score another big hit after this one.
Your #1 radio DJ,
Michelle.
And don't you forget it. We're nearly halfway through the week.
Almost the weekend!
Which means that it's time for our... Bob, can you say it today?
Fresh FM Weekend Gig Calendar!
Take it away, Bob!
Only if you promise not to cough through it, huh?
I might, if you're boring.
On Friday nights, there's of course the huge Alumni 6 gig at the arena. Completely sold out, obviously, but keep listening to Fresh FM because we might pull some free tickets out of thin air for you.
Ooh, Bob!
Also on Friday, there's the Corn Tunes Dance Party over at Birch Saloon. Doors open at 9. Tickets available at the door. On Saturday, we have Weird and Gilly at Nighttown, the Don't Look Back extravaganza at Area 51, and of course, the lovely ladies of Buzz Bunks at the Naz.
Love them!
And that was it for the best gigs and parties of the coming weekend.
I was wondering, what would happen to these gigs if the time loop got installed?
I'm not following.
Well, I mean, would gigs just go on and on like in a continuous loop?
I don't think so. That would make no sense.
It would make sense if they're your favorite band and it's a great gig. Wouldn't that be awesome? Seeing your favorite artist perform for hours on end. You'd get tired, though, and they would too.
You probably wouldn't realize because you see the loop resets without people knowing.
Really?
I think so.
Wow, I guess I really don't know anything about this whole time loop thing.
Yeah, I heard random things, but, half the time, those aren't true anyway. I mean, it'll be fine.
So, anyway, I keep getting calls and messages from listeners about that time loop. Apparently, that's all you kids think about nowadays. There's obviously a deep desire to talk about these things, but, I'm not planning on giving idiots like Anon any more airtime. So, what I did was this. I've called in an expert to explain some things.
Just to correct you, I'm not an expert on the time loop.
Sorry, but my notes here say expert, and, I'm the host of the show, so what I say goes.
I'm starting to regret having agreed to this.
You've also been on News One, right? I mean, that's where my producer got you from.
And I've told them as well that it's too early to utter any headline-worthy sound bites.
I'll be the judge of that. So, expert Charlie Thomas, you're a doctor.
Professor. Physician scientist.
You know about bodies, and you know about the effect of the time loop on the body.
The possible effect.
So, tell me, is my maypole going to fall off?
I don't think so.
Here's the thing. I don't really know what to do with all this time loop talk. What I used to like about talk radio is that, well, people would call in with random issues. Sometimes I'd give advice. Sometimes I'd tell them to bugger off, you know?
Sure.
But it was always just friendly banter. You know? And, well, now.
Important subjects.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Feels like I should be a different host as well.
Just try it. Try being a different host.
No, too late. There's no change in me anymore. So, anyway, if you've got something to call in or send messages about, please do, as always. I'll probably be rude to you, but I mean well. So, if it's the time loop you want to talk about, if you're concerned about your well-being, about your health, about your life, let me know. Professor Thomas, physician, scientist extraordinaire, enlighten us. Which horrible diseases will the time loop unleash on us?
I don't know.
You can't say that if you're an expert. People will think you're hiding something. Are you?
Of course not.
Are you sure?
No. Contrary to popular belief, science is not exact. There are laws of science, sure.
There are multiple locations on that list. They are all marked as possible.
So we'll need to pay a visit to all of them. But they won't.
Oh, stop sounding.
What?
Watched.
I just don't...
Nobody on the force.
Sure.
Check dossier number 5.
Winston's not as...
Unlikely. That would explain why he's...
They're all like...
Oh, don't... This Winston, we have...
Army...
Classified him. When the time loop resets. Citizens do... I mean, will not notice their memory resets, but some citizens are immune to this.
Right.
This interview is going.
Gigs, if the time loop got installed. Well, I never realized the loop could influence your daily life. And that was a
Sure, bro.
It's a shame. And we're...
Yeah. Fresh. Only if you...
I might.
Completely. Also on Friday, there's... And that was it.
I was wondering, what would happen to these gigs if the time loop got installed?
When the time loop resets, citizens do... I mean, will not notice their memory resets, but some citizens are immune to this.
You see? Our listeners do care about the time loop. I told you we should get into it more.
That's just a practical joke, I'm sure.
Hey, if this is true, maybe my friend's headaches were real after all.
Well, I don't know. It's just some random message.
It's fun to discuss, though. Like, if this is true, would you want to remember stuff or forget?
What happened to music and fun, Shal? I mean, this is just doom and gloom.
It's not doom and gloom.
Yeah.
Now who's the sourpuss here? Anyway, whoever sent us this, thanks. I'm not a journalist, but I'm pretty sure we have a scoop.
What's happening? If anybody is listening, our broadcasting room is currently being invaded.
And half of the wall in front of you.
A police team has breached the door and is now rounding up my colleagues. I'm in a separate room, and I'm...
Hey, open that door!
I will keep the lines open as long as I can. Everybody needs to hear what's happening. I don't know what's going on.
Stop broadcasting now!
We will never stop, no matter how often you reset us.
Hands on your head.
Our citizens' rights are under threat. We will not stand down.
The head you will.
Jenny, if you hear this, open the letter.
Where is that button? I think it's...
What's happening?
We have contact. Entering now.
This is the police. Turn around.
And hands on the wall in front of you.
You are under arrest for taking part in terrorist activities.
Hey, open that door!
Damn it! He's locked himself in.
On my count. 1, 2, 3!
Stop broadcasting now!
We will never stop, no matter how often you reset us.
Hands on your head!
Our citizens' rights are under threat. We will not stand down.
The hell you will!
Jenny, if you hear this, open the letter.
Where is that button? I think it's this one. Suspect down. I repeat, suspect down. Situation under control. We need a police van and an ambulance. Over. On its way. Over. Good work.
The comm seems to be compromised. Switching to other frequency.
Roger. Track 12B clear. Over. Coming on time, if that still means anything.
We have contact.
Suspected underground group convenes.
And the police is at the scene. Is that correct?
And hands on the wall in front of you.
As you can hear, they are definitely at the scene. I can see multiple police cars.
How big is the threat?
Apparently, this group had plans at an advanced stage to kidnap Minister Macmillan. It's also suspected that this building contains multiple weapons.
Sounds severe. Do we know whether this info has been verified?
I'm trying to speak to a police officer to confirm this.
Okay, we'll get back to you as soon as you get an official statement. Thank you for now, Tommy.
I'll get back to you if there's news.
Jenny, if you hear this, open the letter.
That was Tommy Begay live. We'll be going back to our regular broadcasts after this.
Tired of thinking about your daily hygiene? Our new Sungate electrical toothbrushes now have a timer system. Simply set up the timer once, then get beeped 3 times a day when it's time to brush. Sungate toothbrushes. Say yes to routine.
This is News 1.
Later on in the show, we'll be talking about the recent flu epidemic and how it will affect the economy. But before that, the station management has asked me to read the following statement. Yesterday, Minister Macmillan was our studio guest. On behalf of the entire team here at News 1, I'd like to apologise for the way she was treated. I personally did not give her the respect that she was owed, and this caused her to leave the studio early. I realized that the minister is under pressure, and I had no right to talk to her like that. A formal apology will go out to the minister personally. Since we've heard that she's currently in hiding because of threats, that will most likely come later. We're now going to return to Tommy Begay live. Tommy, what's happening there? Any news?
Yes, certainly. Just seconds ago, an ambulance arrived. I'm live.
Oh, if we're in a time loop, which part is looping?
What do you mean?
Which parts do we repeat? Are we just doing one show over and over again?
I mean, I don't think so. I can remember yesterday's show.
We've done a show yesterday, and that show was different from today's.
So we're not looping after all. Problem solved.
But if there is a time loop, it must change then. Shift somehow. How does the loop decide when to shift?
It's a time loop, not a robot.
You never know. You know, ever since we got that political message yesterday, I'm just wondering whether our show is still relevant.
Well, why wouldn't it be? I mean, people send us important info. Plus, we have the highest ratings. Well, don't get yourself worked up, Shell. We need you up and running.
Really, though? Do people still need distraction from life? Meaningless fun? Or do we need to start keeping it real?
Don't worry. You are very real, Shell. Yeah, I know I'm usually making jokes at your expense, but I really appreciate you. You are the heart and soul of this show.
Your #1 radio DJ.
Michelle.
And people think they like me more because I'm the funny sidekick. But it's all about you. They love you, Shell. And, I do too. And the only reason I dare to say this now is because you'll probably not remember this moment anyway, when the time loop resets.
No, Bob.
You know what? I bet it's our choice of music.
What do you mean?
Whenever we play a song the government doesn't like, they reset the time loop again and again and again. See, they reset until we play the perfect song.
So...
I don't think we should, Kaya. I mean... Listeners, it's your girl Kaya here with news. Hold on to your hoodies because it's a big one. Just received a list of names of people involved in abusing the time loop.
Allegedly involved.
It could be fake. We don't know the source, but we should just put it out there.
If the list is fake, we put people in danger.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. They're bound to have done something wrong.
You don't know that.
Girl, we should broadcast the list. For real.
No, we shouldn't. This is my show too.
Let's discuss this while we play some music for the people out there, okay? Here's my favorite protest song of all times.
Campus Radio.
he's way out in town. They'd better look at him with lush respect and honor his crown. Your space is his for the taking, his ego this close to breaking. On contradiction or frustration, he's the saddest of clowns. He's entitled to it all because of his chromosomes. So if he wants a woman bad, she'd better follow him home. Wrong time, wrong place, wrong clothes, right face, and there is nothing won't be willing to claim as his own. Look out for Eve and look out for Pandora. Any woman that's not sat in the corner. Look out for brains and look out for the rage. Too much to struggle, but be done with the cage. Sky's gonna set us order. Asylum, dependence, hysteria. Sky's screaming bloody murder. The witch of removals and acid scars. The alpha male on the prowl, every word a mere growl. Deep down off because he never got a woman to howl. Locker rooms, clubhouse, courtrooms, jail.
It's MSB in the morning.
So, we're ready for more calls. And I've decided no dogs, no conspiracies, no tomorrow's the time loop vote. What should I do? We're just doing some plain old-fashioned complaining today. Who's there?
Lillian here. I wanted to complain about you, actually.
Well, that's a first. Not. What did I do now?
I don't mind that you're rude, but please use the correct words when you call somebody out.
Correct? Correct. Rude words are always correct.
You keep saying that conspiracy theorists must be institutionalized, but mental illness is no joke, you know. Having weird ideas is not the same as being mentally ill.
You're right. I'm sorry. No, I mean, seriously. Because I only want to hurt people intentionally, not by accident. Wow. Can I still call him an idiot, though?
Well, originally that was a legal and psychiatric category of intellectual disability.
But not anymore. Hoorah! Idiot it is. Oh, and thank you for your input. And next caller.
Hey, it's A-Nun.
Wow. Called to gloat, have you?
I just wanted to update you and the listeners with some new developments.
You know, I have to admit that your theories have started to sound a lot less unbelievable, so go ahead.
Guess what? Our daily sunrise and sunset are fake. In their attempt to control everything, the government now controls how we experience daytime and nighttime.
Sorry, friend, I'm going to have to stop you there. This just annoys the hell out of me. Oh, please, why can't people just quit while they're ahead? Why does there always need to be more? More theories, more ideas, more bullshit, more ways to prove that you're right. You had your chance and you blew it. Bye-bye. Next caller, please.
Hey, so why didn't you call him an idiot?
Why? I mean, why should I?
I like it when you're rude to people.
Oh, you are rude. I'll give you rude. You are an asshole. How's that? Satisfied now?
If anybody is listening, a police team.
Hey, open that door.
I will keep them. We will never stop.
Hands on your head.
Our citizens.
Behead you.
Jenny, if you hear this, open the letter.
Where is that button? I think it's...
Daily hygiene?
Sweet.
Looking your space is his, he's in time wrong. Locker rooms, clubhouse, courtrooms, jailhouse.
I don't. Listeners, it's your girl Kaya here with news. Just received a list of names. Allegedly. It could be fake. We don't know the source, but we should just put it out there. Wait. This is some weird shit. Listen.
Jenny, if you hear this, open the letter!
Dad? Where? Who? We're getting multiple versions of this message sent to us at the moment. Apparently it's that underground group. They got arrested. Wait, did you just say Dad? Where did I... Here. Jenny?
He gave me this for if something happened to him.
What?
It's names.
Like the list I got? Those names?
This is a list of all the other known RMB1, people who aren't reset by the time loop. If anything happens to me, please distribute their names so these people can be protected before the police gets to them too. We need to broadcast this.
Girl, you change fast. Just a minute ago, you were dead against revealing my list.
I still am. We just need this list.
So basically, we're disagreeing about either nailing the bad guys or protecting the good guys. Okay, you know what? Let them come to us. For anyone who is interested, I have a list of people who are involved in the time loop scandal.
For anyone who is interested, I have a list of people who are not affected by the time loop.
Let's see who's listening and what they'll do with this info.
I'll do it myself.
You're in no state to do anything, Jen. First, you need to find out what's happening to your dad.
Dad?
Oh, come here, girl. I'm here for you.
If anybody...
This is the police.
And the police is...
As you...
How big is...
It's also...
Sounds severe. Okay, we'll get back to you. Thank you for now.
I'll get...
That was Tom. We'll be going back...
Time. Sun.
Later on in the show, we'll be talking about the recent flu epidemic and how it will affect the economy.
For anyone who is interested, I have a list of people who are not affected by the time loop.
What is this? Was this sent to us? Campus Radio? People not affected by the time loop. And I bet that the government isn't happy about that. If loop immunity exists, this is a huge deal. Let's get that list and see who's on it. I need to talk to those people. In the meantime, let's see if we can get into contact with Tommy again. There could be a connection to the arrests.